The planet shimmered, a rusty pearl against the backdrop of the void, its surface a tapestry of endless dunes, stretched under a sky the color of dried blood. Crimson sands reflected the twin suns, creating an illusion of molten waves. No wind stirred, no cloud offered respite. This was Xylos, a world forgotten by time, ruled by silence and heat. Xylos was a graveyard of forgotten empires, littered with the remnants of advanced civilizations now reduced to dust. Crumbling structures, their purpose long lost, jutted out from the sand like skeletal fingers pointing at the unforgiving sky. This desolate world, devoid of any visible life, held a beauty that was both alluring and terrifying. But beneath the surface, hidden from the searing gaze of the suns, Xylos harbored secrets, whispers of ancient energies, of forgotten technologies, and of life clinging on in the most unexpected of places. And it was here, in this unforgiving crucible, that three unlikely survivors found themselves stranded, their fates intertwined by circumstance and the desperate will to live. Captain Jackson Rourke, battle-scarred veteran of the Intergalactic Legion, crashed onto Xylos with nothing but his wits and a fading hope of rescue. His once proud starship, the Icarus, lay broken miles away, a monument to their ill-fated mission. He was a warrior out of his element, his combat training useless against the relentless fury of the desert.
I never thought I'd see the day where the desert would be my greatest enemy.
Across the treacherous dunes, two figures stumbled, their alien silhouettes stark against the blinding light. Lyra and Isla, warriors from the planet Zephyr, were as different from Jackson as night and day. Lyra, tall and lithe, her skin the color of polished obsidian, moved with a feline grace. Her eyes, like molten gold, held a fierce intelligence.
We must keep moving, Isla. The heat is unbearable, but we cannot stop.
Isla, smaller and more delicate, possessed a quiet strength that belied her fragile appearance. Her skin, the shade of amethyst crystals, shimmered faintly under the harsh suns. Her eyes, large and lavender-hued, reflected the vastness of the desert sky.
I know, Lyra, but we must find shelter soon, or we won't survive another day.
They were scholars, explorers, their knowledge of ancient cultures their only weapon against the unknown. The sun beat down mercilessly, turning the sand into a scorching furnace. Each step was an exercise in endurance, a battle against dehydration and heat stroke. Water became more precious than any jewel, its dwindling supply a constant source of anxiety.
We need to ration our water carefully. Every drop counts out here.
Jackson, used to the rigors of combat, found his strength tested like never before. His military training kicked in, forcing him to ration their meager supplies, to seek shelter during the hottest hours of the day. He taught Lyra and Isla how to build makeshift shelters from the wreckage of his ship, their alien ingenuity complementing his practical skills.
These shelters will do for now, but we must remain vigilant. The desert is full of surprises.
But Xylos was a cruel mistress. Sandstorms whipped up without warning turned the air into a blinding, choking maelstrom.
Another storm is coming. We need to take cover immediately.
Strange creatures, adapted to the harsh environment, emerged from the depths, their glowing eyes and razor-sharp claws a constant threat. Each day became a struggle for survival, a test of their resilience and their ability to adapt. Language was a barrier, but the language of survival was universal. They communicated through gestures, through shared glances, through the simple act of helping each other up after a fall. Trust, built in the crucible of shared hardship, grew slowly but steadily.
Here, take this. We need to stay hydrated.
Jackson, initially wary of the alien women, found himself drawn to their quiet strength and resilience.
Thank you, Jackson. We wouldn't have made it this far without you.
Lyra, her initial distrust slowly fading, began to see the human warrior as more than just a brute.
We are stronger together. We must continue to rely on each other.
Isla, ever the observer, noticed the subtle changes in their interactions, the way their gazes lingered, the way they moved instinctively to protect each other. They shared stories, their words halting at first, then flowing more freely as they found ways to bridge the linguistic divide.
Earth, it's a place of lush forests and vast oceans, so different from this desolate landscape.
Zephyr is a planet of swirling clouds and floating islands. Knowledge is power there, and respect for life is paramount.
And so, in the heart of the unforgiving desert, a bond was formed, a bridge of trust that would carry them through the trials yet to come. The first raindrops in centuries fell upon Xylos, They came as a shock, a sudden deluge that transformed the parched landscape into a surreal reflection of the weeping sky. Ancient riverbeds, long dry, roared back to life, their muddy waters carrying the promise of salvation and the threat of unseen dangers.
Jackson, ever resourceful, used his knowledge of survival to guide them to higher ground. They took shelter in a network of caves carved into the side of a towering mesa, the roar of the floodwaters echoing through the caverns.
It was a night of fear and uncertainty, but also a night of unexpected beauty. Lyra, gazing at the waterfalls cascading down the mesa walls, realized that even in the harshest of environments, life finds a way.
The desert, so long dormant, was awakening, revealing hidden oases and teeming with creatures that had adapted to the cyclical floods. Isla, sensing the shift in the planet's energy, felt a surge of hope.
The rain, a symbol of renewal and cleansing, seemed to wash away the last vestiges of their fear and uncertainty, leaving in its wake a sense of shared purpose and a renewed determination to survive. They stumbled upon it by accident, a hidden oasis shimmering like an emerald jewel amidst the crimson dunes. Lush vegetation, fed by an underground spring, created a haven of life in the heart of the desolate landscape. It was a paradise, a testament to the resilience of nature and the enduring power of hope.
For the first time since their arrival on Xylos, they experienced a moment of true peace. They bathed in the cool, refreshing water, washing away the grime and exhaustion of their journey. They feasted on strange but edible fruits, their bodies regaining their strength.
But the oasis held secrets of its own. Ancient ruins, overgrown with vines and half buried in the sand, hinted at a forgotten civilization that had once thrived in this hidden paradise.
And within those ruins, Lyra believed, lay the key to unlocking the mysteries of Xylos and finding a way back to the stars.
They emerged from the oasis transformed. No longer were they strangers thrown together by fate, but a team, a family, bound by shared experiences and a newfound respect for each other. The desert had tested them, pushing them to their limits, but it had also revealed their true strengths.
Jackson, the hardened soldier, had learned the value of patience, of trust, of looking beyond the surface to see the heart within.
Lyra, the scholar, had discovered that knowledge without compassion is meaningless, that true strength lies in the willingness to embrace the unknown.
Isla, the empath, had found her voice, her quiet strength blossoming into a fierce determination to protect those she cared about.
Together, they were ready to face whatever Xylos threw at them, their hearts filled with a cautious optimism and a belief in the power of their bond. The escape from Xylos was a tale worthy of its own saga. It involved deciphering ancient texts, navigating treacherous ruins, and facing down creatures of myth and legend. But through it all, their bond remained unbreakable, their trust in each other their most powerful weapon.
As they finally escaped the gravitational pull of the Crimson Planet, watching it shrink to a distant point of light in the vastness of space, they knew that their lives were forever changed.
They had faced their fears, conquered their weaknesses, and emerged from the crucible of Xylos stronger than they ever thought possible.
And as they charted a course for home, for different corners of the galaxy, they carried with them the knowledge that even in the darkest of deserts, even in the face of overwhelming odds, hope, friendship, and love can bloom in the most unexpected of places.
The universe, once a cold and indifferent expanse, now shimmered with 1,000 possibilities, each one an invitation to explore, to connect, and to discover the infinite wonders that lay beyond the familiar.